Hello and welcome to the first in a new series about using airbrushes. I'm a complete noob. I've never used one before. I have the kit downstairs, but I've only ever looked at it once and I was a bit scared then. So what I thought I'd do is bring you all along on this adventure. I really am going to film right from the start. All the mistakes I make, you can shout at the camera, or not the camera because you're not filming yourselves, but shout at the screen. Do pop comments below if you see anything I'm doing wrong, or if you've got any ideas or suggestions for anything that I may be able to do better. Always love to hear from you, and I do respond, so that'd be good. And yeah, let's see what happens. This video is going to be about the area, which I've just had put together by my builder, so I'll show that, and also show the kit I've got, so that it's going to be quite short videos. I don't want them to get too long. If you're not yet a subscriber, please do subscribe. It's awesome to see how many people are interested in my little videos. When you do subscribe, there's a little bell you can click, and if you set that to all, then you'll always be told by YouTube whenever one of my videos goes live. Not always necessarily very quickly, but they do eventually get around to pinging you an email or a notification. So yeah, there we are. Let's go downstairs to the workshop and I'll show you the little bench and the kit that I've got. And yeah, looking forward to it. I'm very excited about using an airbrush. We're down in the tool room, as I call it, the little room at the end where I store all my tools on the shelves that are just to that side. And you can see there at the end that I've had a bench put across underneath the window, and this is going to be my airbrushing booth. Eventually, what I'd like to do is drop some plastic sheeting down so that I can keep it completely dust free. But for now, I'm going to play around with the cheaper airbrush and just keep the door shut. But that does hint at the first job I've got to do before I could do anything really and start anything. I need to get sweeping and cleaning and make the room a lot tidier than it is, and hoover and get rid of all the dust that's in here at the moment. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do. The bench is made from plywood, which I believe is 28mm, or no more than that anyway. And then it's got a couple of legs at the front, metal legs, which have been cut, custom cut. And then on each of the walls at the back, you can just about see that there's some traditional 90-degree shelf supports at the back. Now, my builder did point out that each of the ends is not quite supported enough, so here we'll get that fixed. So next week, hopefully. But for now, that's good enough for me to at least get it tidied, get cleaned in here, and have a look at what gear I've got, and plug it all together and turn it on and see it moving for the first time, which is the aim of this particular video. So there we are. I'm really pleased. I've been gasping to get this done for weeks, so it's really cool to finally have it. Right, so we're back down here and I'm starting to gather together my equipment and putting it all together. So I've just had quite a struggle getting this spray booth working. Put the exhaust pipe was quite difficult to actually get into place. However, I've done it. A little out of breath because there was quite a lot of swearing, which isn't what goes on in this channel. And what I'm going to do is we're going to turn it on and see if it works. So I've got the power here, just bring it on the back, plug it in, and let's see. Lights on, fan on. There we are. It's quite noisy. I'll turn it off again. It's quite noisy, but that's a really nice illumination, and as you can see, it's got a built-in rotation turntable. So I will pop a link in the description below to this bit of kit, which I bought from Amazon or eBay, can't remember which now. It looks really, really good. The only thing is, as I said, putting the exhaust pipe on was a bit difficult. I've got the window open and it's sticking out the window, so that's good, but yeah. So now let's have a look at the compressor. I've pulled the compressor out. It is a Spar Max. I bought this as a kit, including a Harder & Steenbeck Evolution airbrush, which I'm not going to even attempt to use yet because it's too expensive and too precious. So what I've got is I ordered, which I'll be getting a lot of use out of the paints. I ordered this from Vallejo, from Mike Jolly's Savings Club, which is just superb. And hopefully this is going to allow me to practice and get a little bit more used to airbrushes, and before I make the effort to make use of my expensive one. So I've connected my hose to the one outlet. There is, we'll go through this later, but this is quite a nice bit of kit, I believe. It will support 2 continuous airbrushes. It has 0 to 100 psi pressure, which you can control from this big knob. It has a built-in moisture capture, and yeah, apparently it's quite quiet as well, though we'll find out when we turn it on in a little while. So what I'll do is I'm going to get this airbrush out, have a look at it and get it attached, and then see what it looks like when it's in use. And that is as far as I'm going to go at this time. 2 reasons: one, I don't have time, and 2, I want to also go through cleaning the airbrush and taking it apart, and I'll do that before I put any paint anywhere near it. I need to know how to clean the thing. So I have my cheaper airbrush, which actually, as it happens, is also a Harder and Steenbeck. It's the Ultra X, which, I don't know, sounds good. Ultra, that's good. Sounds good. So I've got that attached, and I actually bought a quick release so that you can take the airbrush on and off nice and easily. And what I've done is I've turned on the compressor just to hear how loud it is. It's not very loud. It's got up to 60 psi and then it's stopped. And I believe that I press this and I'm going to get air coming out. There we are. How about that? Ha! So what I now need to do, now that I'm pretty confident with this, it's a dual action. Both of my airbrushes are dual action. So you press down and you get the air coming out. Now my pressure is dropping. It is now gone from 60 to about 52 in that time. So we will now let that air run out and let the compressor start again when it drops below 40 psi, I believe. So keep pushing, keep pressing, and there it is. And that is not very loud. So that pumps it back up to 60 psi, and when it gets to 60, it's going to turn it off again. And if you think that that is sat on top of this wooden bench, which is going to be acting as an amplifier, that's pretty impressive. Once I've finished doing this video, I'll be putting it on the floor, tucking it away under there so that it's not getting in the way, and so I can more easily see my gauges and what have you, and also it'll be quieter. I'm very pleased. So there we are, that's me setting up my bench. As you can see, it has space for me to set my 2 airbrushes, should I wish them, and also this is the second valve, so I can have 2 attached at once. I think I'm going to wrap that up there and come back, like I say, when I take this apart, put it back together and work out how to clean it. The next thing that I'm going to need to do here now is turn this off and then empty the tank, because what it says quite clearly on this, it is recommended after each use make sure the unit is turned off and unplugged. Also be sure to release any remaining air from the compressor by depressing the airbrush trigger. So it also suggests drain the tank of air and condensation after every use. So, or for frequent users, at least once daily. That's a little bit confusing. After every use, surely that will be maybe more than once daily. But anyway, so you drain it. There is a air tank drain valve, which you then basically open it, and it lets the air out very easily, so you don't have to hold the button down on your airbrush. So it seems to be quite a good bit of kit. I'm looking forward to getting used to it. That was quite exciting for me. I hope you've enjoyed that video, and hopefully that's shown you some of the really early beginners, and this is really beginners because I've never done this before, giving you maybe some confidence to get your airbrush out and give it a go. If you've got any comments, any suggestions, any thoughts, if you've got this bit of kit or a different one that you like, pop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you, always do. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to use the little bell to let YouTube know that you want to be told whenever one of my videos goes live. I will be back again in this series relatively soon to show cleaning, like I say, and potentially the first ever use with paint. I have a little item that I need to prime, and I'm going to use this to prime it. So yeah, I'll be back soon with that. And last but not least, thank you so much for watching Beard Clipper, and do please stay healthy, stay safe and stay well at this crazy time.